You are looking live at Rock Ice Arena in Dunellen, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Rocket 16U girls are getting ready to take on the Princeton Tiger Lillies. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo bringing you the play-by-play from Dunellen, New Jersey. The Rockets wearing their home gray jerseys with black lettering and white trim. We'll give you a look at the coaches over there. Coach Paul walking, Coach Jeremy in the middle, Coach Henry on the right. Gavin Handworker's your scoreboard keeper today. And there are the Tiger Lillies on the left, black jerseys, orange numerals, and white trim with white lettering and black pants for both teams. 17 minutes on the clock as we play these periods. In league play from Maha, the 19U girls will be in action against the Junior Flyers with a similar color scheme later in the afternoon. This game getting underway after a bit of a delay due to some of the earlier games happening at Rock Ice this morning and into the afternoon, but we're glad to bring it to you. Whether you're in Caldwell, Cairo, Cranford, Cranberry, or Cranbrook. Grace Ulrich in the net to your right, number 84. She missed a couple of weeks, but she's back in there. Rocket 16's coming off a 7-2 defeat to the Devils on Saturday. Barbara Landstrom in the center circle for the opening faceoff. Alex on her left, Brianna on her right, Bella on right D, Cookie on left. 17 minutes on the clock as somebody jumps into the circle. Liftoff from Rock Ice. Tiger Lillies move it up and in. One-timer is a quick goal, 12 seconds in, as Princeton moves the puck right through. That didn't take long. And the same group will face it off again. Barbara wins it over to Alex. Cookie gets it and sends it deep. Tapped and held and now moved. Spin move as Alex is the first forward in pursuit. Barbara pressing, can't get it out. Actually, Barbara at center. Whiffed on it a little bit on the giveaway. Tiger Lillies bring it in. Try a center and pass. Grace gets a piece of it, makes the first stop and steers the rebound behind. Tiger Lillies are cycling low. Cookie steps in to break that one up for a moment, but somebody pinches down and comes in. Princeton moving the puck around with alacrity here early on, and 1-0 lead 12 seconds in. Sent through the slot and into the near side corner. Alex comes down. A little help from Bella, but the Tiger Lillies take a second forward deep. That one between the points. Wrist shot. Grace makes the save. Bella clears the crease out, so no rebound available. Tiger Lillies with the first 3 shots of the game and the first goal. 67 seconds elapsed. From Rock Ice on a Sunday afternoon, where would you rather be? Forget about watching those NFL games. Watch this one. And if you're watching it on demand later on, we thank you for joining us. Hit that subscribe button and you get all the Rockets action from 16U and 19U. Most of it live stream, sometimes not. We'll get that Devil game from Saturday up for you sometime this week. Thanks to our cohort Doris Fender, who does a great job recording the games. Wrist shot tipped aside wide by Grace with the blocker. Ulrich against her former team, and she makes a nice save as one of the Tiger Lillies was allowed to walk out from the corner and get a backhander in tight. Speaking of Doris, her daughter Rose is out there taking the face-off, and she wins it. Rose had her first goal in the game against the Devils, 55, chasing behind. Bella comes out to block that shot at the top of the slot. Cookie battling for it. A lot of stick work going on there. It's sent up to the wing. Brianna's going to get that off the dish from Alex, it looks like, as the lines are mixed up a little bit. Rockets with 6 on the bench. And that is in terms of skaters. They have a 7th, and that's Molly Rowe Smith, dressed as the backup today. If she and Grace split, we would expect that Grace could throw on her skating equipment and jump out and play some of this game at forward, but we'll see how that goes. Alex is going to steer that one out of the zone. 14-18 left in the first, 1-0 Princeton over the Rockets. Tiger Lillies skate in, get low. Nice save by Grace. Kept her posture, kept the puck in front of her as the Tiger Lillies player was able to negotiate at least through a few of the Rockets defenders. Rockets, the home team, they have the late change. Barbara comes out to take the face-off. She's got Elise on her right, Bug on her left. They try to move it up and out of the zone. Tiger Lillies keep it in. There's a half gainer by Chase. No call. Tiger Lillies moving around. Opposite circle. Wrist shot. Grace with the first save. Shoshana helps steer it aside on the rebound. Tiger Lillies get it in the corner. Shoshana giving chase there. It comes to the slot. Barbara got a piece of it. They're guarding the slot and the house better shot, and Grace makes the save with the Rockets logo, leaves no rebound. Whistle and a stoppage, 13:39 left in the first. 1-0 Princeton on a goal 12 seconds in, just off a sequence off the opening faceoff. Tiger Lillies with 7 skaters on the ice as the other 2 took their time getting back to the bench. A stingy ref would call too many or deliver the puck out into neutral ice. Rockets move it up into the offensive zone. Let's see if they can get some possession. It's hard to see there. We got a lot of contingency here from fans of both sides. Princeton's a pretty close drive from here. Comes through the slot. Brianna's going to steer that one out and move it up. We're going to call an icing on that one. And with 12:50 left in the first period and a 1-0 lead, Princeton will have an offensive zone draw to Grace's left. Haley on the face-off, wins it to the near side boards, but a Tiger Lily comes to get it over the end line. They send it into the left circle, skating through and at the net, loose over there. Hall comes down, tries to snap it in, can't get it through traffic. They'll skate it around the circle and through the top of the slot. They go back to the point. Wrist shot. That hits somebody in front, not sure which color jersey. This one sent down, not going to be an icing because it doesn't have enough juice to get there on its own. Alex in pursuit, forces it over to Haley. Good job on the forecheck. Brianna's in the slot if Alex can get there. Alex takes an elbow right to the head, no call. The puck's there, sure, and you're allowed to make contact, but you can't get that elbow up to the head. No call, they play on. 11:51. Tiger Lily skated out 2-on-1, pass in over the line. Bella is back, Haley's there. They try the cross slot pass and they misfire, and Cookie's gonna get it out of the zone just below us. It comes out, but then the Tiger Lilies get it right back in. Trying to center it. There's somebody in front there. Bella will pick her up. It comes out in front through traffic. Rockets get a piece on it. Haley gets it over to Brianna. It comes out. This one's going to go close to on net, and it is going to be icing waved off, as the referee ruled that. Could have given the icing there as the goalie was playing it the right way. 3-on-2. Shoshana and Bug are back. Wrist shot. Grace sees that one, knocks it down, and will cover it up as Shoshana makes sure no sticks get in under her netminder's glove. 11:02 first period, 1-0 Princeton. Princeton in the black jerseys and black pants with the orange numerals and white trim. Rockets in the home grays, black numbers, white trim. Tiger Lillies move it out of the corner. Wrist shot finds the top corner of the net, and that'll make it 2-0. So Princeton with the first 10 shots, the first 2 goals. And Barbara, Brianna, and Alex out there on the face-off. Tiger Lillies win it and just move forward right in. Wrist shot goes high. Alex trying to move it out, taking a lot of punishment over there, but not backing down. For McCoy, might be one of the more diminutive players out there, but there's nobody tougher. She gets that puck deep. Brianna on the opposite wing will pursue. Tries to force the player up the middle, does, and the player makes a nice move where Brianna was trying to pick that one off of her stick. That's chase 12. Comes to the right point, Johns will send it in. It goes behind the end line, Bella's there, reverses it, but it comes out in front. Barbara with a good pickup there down low. That one hits off of a Princeton skate, sent out by the Tiger Lillies. Alex is going to pursue. She's the first one there. She crosses through one. She'll pick up one player. Gets a little help from Haley. Haley in pursuit forces the spin. That player, Johns, turns around and is behind her end line. Rockets trying to trap down low, and they staunch the breakout a little bit. Haley knocks that one away, and the Rockets are making some good plays here, but a little puck luck for Princeton as they maintain possession. One-timer out front, Grace with the left pad saves it and covers it up with the catching glove. Connolly in the circle. She has Elise on her left. Elise comes out to force the pass over. Long shot. Grace saw that one all the way, knocked it down with the pads and covered it up. So we're seeing some things by the Rockets that we haven't seen earlier. On the face-off, Elise fires out to cover the point. She forces a pass instead of giving up a shot right there. Princeton wins the face-off. Elise blocks that shot. Good work by Clifton, showing some improvement as 12. Rockets send it in. That's Bug. It's not going to be an icing. It doesn't have either enough juice or the goalie decided to play it. Sydney on the wing. Took just too sharp of a bounce for her. Shoshana and Haley now back, trying to break up the 2-on-2. The 3-on-2 comes across. Whiffed on it once. Grace will cover that up. Bug making sure nobody gets a second shot at it. Rose on the face-off. She's got Brianna on her right. Cookie jumps in on the left. Alex is also there. Wrist shot goes high. Comes to the near side corner. Cookie and Rose defending there. Rose is going to get a piece of it. It comes out to Bree. She's looking for a little open ice. She's got Alex with her. Bree powers up the right side. Loses an edge right there. She's down, but now she's up. Getting up a little gingerly, but she'll join the attack as Alex pursues down low and maintains the puck for at least a little bit. Bella's going to pinch in. Bella can't get to it. It's chipped past and a 2-on-2, and now really a 3-on-3 as Rose gets back defensively. backhander, rebound. Grace with the first save. They blow the whistle. What are they going to call? Looks like they're going to call something. Not a penalty, but referee on the far side in front of the Rockets bench indicating a face-off out of the zone. So maybe some incidental goalie interference there. Maybe would have disallowed the goal had it gone in. There is such a thing where you interfere with a goalie and it's not a penalty because it's not an intentional move. I don't know if that's what he was calling, but nonetheless the face-off comes out of the zone, and that's good work by the Rockets. They win it for a moment, but Cookie tried to move it forward and lost the handle. Rose battling there. Perez will skate it in 21. Gets to the right circle, drops it for 14, wrist shot. Grace with the save with the stick and steers it over the end line. Cookie there battling in the corner. It comes out. And the Tiger Lillies will cycle it through the left circle, looking to get it to the point. They do. That's Perez. She'll try to get it through traffic, but it ends up trickling all the way through and goes just wide. Tiger Lillies looking, playing with the heads up. John's at the top of the slot. Wide open wrist shot. Knocked down by Cookie. Comes to Bree. Up at the line, but not over. Rose skating to the bench to get a change. Barbara jumps on. Rockets change up front. They can't change the back line. Cookie and Bella, 23-24, still back there. Brianna's going to get that, try to steer it up, and can she get it out? And eventually gets help from Barbara, who gets it out. Perez retreats into her own end, pursued by Barbara. It comes through the Rockets logo on center ice and moved about. Princeton breaks in. Bug steps in, plays the puck right there. What are they calling there? They're calling a trip. Bug's playing the puck, so the Rockets won't get any breaks here yet. Calling Bug for a trip on a play where she clearly played the puck. I'm not sure what the ref was looking at there. So the Rockets will have to kill off the first power play of the game with 6:40 left in the first period. Barbara up front with, let's see who that's going to be, Rose. Barbara and Rose up front, Bella and Shoshana on the back line to kill it off. Tiger Lillies win the face-off, but they clear it out of their own zone. They'll have to retreat. Rockets forechecking aggressively as Rose is up there at the top, basically playing a 1-1-2 or a 1-3 on the forecheck. Tiger Lillies bring it in. Wrist shot goes 4 feet wide, and Barbara will be the first one there to get to it. She sends it up toward Rose. It's going to go out for an icing unless they decide to play it, and the goalie fakes like she's going to play it and lets it go for the icing. So the first 28 seconds of the Tiger Lillies power play have elapsed, and there's 6:11 left in the first period. 2-0 Princeton. Haley comes out with Brianna up front to kill it off, the same back line there. Haley wins it to Brianna, and she's going to try to skate through two. She gets it at least out to the center zone. Haley now in pursuit. Haley picks it off. Haley tries to just send it at the net, at least forward. She had two around her. Brianna now up on the forecheck, forces the pass forward. Bella gets it, banks it off. Brianna just below and out of sight, battling for it, and the Rockets have killed off another 20 seconds of it. Haley there. Oh, she nearly had another pick. Brianna forcing the trap. Haley gets that pick, and the Rockets have picked up their play shorthanded here. They're having their best sequence of the game, down a person. Haley gets it, and she'll send it behind her own net, as she didn't really have much of a play, and it gives her team a little chance to regroup. Battled for along the near boards. Hall comes off the right point, getting open. Wrist shot. Grace right pad save, kicks it to the corner. Tiger Lillies get to it first. They'll cycle it low, coming out of the corner, into the slot. Brianna got a piece of the stick. It adjusted the shot. Grace knocked it aside. Hall gets it, goes between points. Haley was looking to pick that one off. Wrist shot, tipped in front and goes wide. Down low, now behind the net. Looking, they go to the point. Not a clean pass. Brianna there. She's going to give a little push. Wrist shot off the one-timer, goes wide. Come from out of the back of the net. 6 seconds, 5. in front. Bella with a nice physical play right there. She pushes the player down. And that's a league. That's not a hit. That's a push. That's not a check. There's a big difference. And the Rockets have killed, they are guilty of an icing there, but they've killed off the power play. Bella Cucci with a great fundamental play. Stepped in, played with the puck there, used her hands, not her stick, to push the other player down. Now, many times we do see referees call that as a check, but the physical advantage does not mean a check has taken place. Good job, Cucci, 24. Captain. Tiger Lillies win the face-off, and there's a little of that bad puck luck for the Rockets as Bug was trying to clear it and shot it off of Alex's foot. They get it out, and it comes back in. Bella there sends it right back up from whence it came. No icing as it hit one of the Tiger Lillies, but didn't have enough juice to get there anyway. Bug on the forecheck with Alex. Pirouette by Johns as she skates through 2 and now 3 Rockets. Finds 2 more. Drops it for 14. Wrist shot. Grace first save. Second save on the left pad. They take it around. Low slot. Wrist shot. That finds its way in. So that'll push the margin to 3-0, 3:55 left first period. Rockets did a great job killing the penalty, and they're up against quite a unit today. Princeton wins the face-off. They take it back into their own zone and move it out with a long pass across the ice. They bring it in onside. Shoshana there. Still pursuing. Elise and Sydney stay high to guard the points. Centered out in front. Back door. Grace gets there for the save, and it fires over the back of the net. Sydney tries to get it up, can't get it out. Point person will come in. She'll take it all the way behind the net as one of the Tiger Lillies change. They send 2 on the ice. Wrist shot goes wide. Still loose, still loose. Grace covers it up at the post. 3:10 left first period, 3-0 Princeton. The score sometimes does not tell the whole story of a game, especially at the youth levels. At the NHL and international hockey levels, it often does. At the youth levels, which this still is, even though we're talking about girls in their teen years. And there's another one that trickles in to make it a 4-goal difference. In their teen years, really what you're looking for is development from not only from game to game, but from shift to shift. And the Rockets are up against a more experienced team, and what you're looking for in a game like this from the Rockets is improvement from player to player, and what you're looking for from Princeton is sportsmanship. So we'll see if we find those 2 things in the game. We saw it against Tri-Cities last week. Haley finds a loose puck behind the net, overskated it for a moment. Tiger Lillies bring it out. 2-on-3 as Alex hustles all the way back on the back check. Rockets getting back on the back check. That's one of the things that you like to see. Even if they're not able to possess the puck, that stuff will come. Tiger Lillies send it all the way through the slot. Brianna pursuing Hall 1-on-1, 18 versus 9. Forces her all the way behind. She's looking for somebody else to pick her up on the other side, but it doesn't happen, and they move it through neutral ice to the Tiger Lillies. It's 3-on-3 there. They get it down low, kicked at the net. That shouldn't have counted if it went in, because that was propelled by a skate. .203 left first period, 4-0 Princeton. They've had the first 20 shots of the game. They win the face-off, try to go between the points, redirected, and that finds its way in. That's a high-level goal. hard wrist shot with elevation from the left point and a redirection just below the shoulder level, and there's nothing any goalie in the world could do about that one. That pushes it to 5. Rose out to take the face off. She's got Elise on her left, Sydney on her right. Bug back to D now with Shoshana. Tiger Lillies win the face off and they bring it into their own zone. Move through the neutral zone. Princeton over the left wing. They'll take it behind the net. Circling, looking. Sent through the slot. Sent in front through traffic, it's sticked wide. Hit off a menagerie of sticks in front. Bug and Shoshana knock that one down. This is Rose getting it up through and out of the zone. Sydney got a piece of it. Princeton skates back in. Wrist shot, Grace with the save. Bug picks it up, sends it behind the net and up the boards where Sydney is. Sydney chips it forward and gets it out of the zone. That's the fundamental play you're looking for. The possession to continue it hasn't happened yet, but that'll come. John skates in through traffic. Wrist shot finds the roof. And the Tiger Lillies having their way today. 6-0 with 1:01 left in the first. Haley on the face-off is able to win it, send it into the offensive zone. Chase gets it for Princeton, banks it up the boards. Haley retreating back, sends it to her defenseman Bella. They exchange. Haley tries to send it through to the midpoint where Alex is. Alex battling. It comes down low. Wrist shot. Grace makes the first save, and then a rebound finds its way. Did they call it in or did they blow the whistle? They're calling it a goal. So 38.5 left in the first. Battled for lacrosse style in the face-off circle. Tiger Lillies win it. Retreating back into their own end and now through neutral ice. Wrist shot, Grace makes the first save. Bella clears it out toward the corner. Haley now to help out up to Brianna. Brianna sends it toward the middle for Alex, just a little strong, but they get it out of the zone. Princeton retreats. Skating through the center circle with 4 seconds, 3. That's going to kill off the period here. Whistle and a stoppage of play with 1 second left. I guess they must have called offside, and they'll just drop the puck with 1 second. The longest 1 second in the history of hockey and mankind has elapsed, and that'll do it for the first period. Princeton with the 7-0 advantage after 1. They got all 26 shots in the first.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Busy. You also sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teams repatriate the ice. Grace now to the net on your left. Barbara at center with Brianna on the right. Alex on the left. Lift off in the second. Rockets trying to show a little mettle here as the score has not gone their way. That one trickles at the net. Grace will cover it up. Whistle and a stoppage 12 seconds in once again. In the first 12 seconds of the game, Princeton put one into the net. So in the first period, we have a stoppage at 12 seconds. In the second period, we have a stoppage at 12 seconds, but it worked out a little better for the Rockets. Very nicely won by Barbara on the faceoff. Let's see if Izzy can help out on the far side as the puck went around. Cookie there, still battling. Gets it to Alex, banks it off. She's got Brianna in a foot race. If Brianna could beat that one, she had to make up about 3 or 4 steps. Can't do it. And 81 will move it in. Wrist shot, glove save by Grace. Maybe Grace's best save of the game. She's had a few. She's had plenty of work against her former team here. And they've tried to ticket that part of the net a few times, sometimes with success, but not that time. So maybe Ulrich reading it a little bit. Shot sent in front, hits one stick. Second try at it is the rebound shot, and Grace makes that save. She's up to 21 saves, according to the scoreboard. They get it out in front. That's now Grace's best save of the game. That was ticketed. Alone in front. She got the glove up, and the player from close range got significant elevation on that puck, but Grace got the glove on it. Haley on the faceoff. She's done well. That one comes at the net as Cookie stepped into the player. Battled for just out of your view, thanks to the patrons that are in attendance today. Or no thanks to them. Tiger Lillies cycling. Johns gets it tries to get it toward the far post. It's knocked away. Sydney battling in 1-on-2, just out of frame. Wrist shot, tried to tick it for the opposite corner of the net on the high side, goes wide. Princeton moves it down low. Haley there, wrist shot again. They're shooting everything high at this point. And they're still shooting often. Elise battles for it in the far corner, gets to it, gets a little help from Cookie, who tries to take it behind the net. Wrist shot goes wide. That might have hit the outside of the post. That one kicked up and out, gets out of the zone. Princeton will bring it out, and the Rockets have the puck in the Princeton zone for the first time in the period, but they don't keep it there long. In fact, they never had possession, but at least they got it there. This shot goes wide. I think Grace might have gotten a piece of that with the glove. Haley tries to bring it up the near side boards, and they get it out. With Brianna just out of picture, and now moved by Princeton through the neutral zone and up. Tiger Lillies moving it up the right wing. Cookie's out there battling, but she'll take it all the way behind the end line and around the left circle. Wrist shot, that's knocked away by Bella. Bella knocked it away, tried to kick it away, couldn't get possession, but didn't give up position. It comes up to the near point and out. That's on the Tiger Lillies, as Alex is the first one in pursuit. McCoy maintaining her position and posture. That one's knocked away by Brianna. Shoshana retreats and just basically lets the Tiger Lillies player get to the puck first. She was trying to think about if she should step up, and she kept going back, and Princeton takes advantage and puts that one behind Grace. Bug and Shoshana stay in there with Grace to give her a little encouragement. And that's what a team is all about. When things don't go your way, which clearly they're not today, there are things more important than a scoreboard, and that is relationships. Hall coming in, sends it through the middle. Grace slides over with a spectacular save. So Ulrich has not been on the right side of things on the scoreboard, but she's made 3 exceptional saves in the early going here in the second. She slid from post to post and denied a very, very good shot and a very high quality scoring chance. Rockets with a wholesale change, taking advantage of being the home team where they could take the second change. They win the face-off, but Princeton gains possession. Johns will get it and march down the slot. Shoshana bumps her off and forces her to the outside. Shoshana stays with her, pushes her against the boards. Not sure what they're calling there. They're calling something, maybe a hook. And let's see if there's another call there. It looks like they're going to call a hold. So Shoshana goes off on the hold. Tough call for the Rockets in a game like this, but nonetheless, they're going to go on the penalty kill for the second time. Their best sequence of the game was actually on the penalty kill, where they killed it off solidly. So 13:21 left in the second, and the 16U Rockets girls will kill it off with Elise and Barbara up front, and it looks like Cookie and Bella on the back line. Tiger Lillies send it through traffic wide. Bella battles for it. It comes up the near side boards, just out of view. Johns loses it. Elise in pursuit. Let's see if she can gain that puck. Elise battling there, staying with it. Retreats off. Good forecheck by Elise. This could very well be one of the first times that she's even been out there in a penalty killing situation. Uses the body as a shield even without the puck there. And Clifton having a good penalty killing shift through 30 seconds of it. Lily skate in, wrist shot, steered away with the blocker by Ulrich. Comes out in front, Cookie gets it, chips it over to Barbara. She sends it up to the point, but it doesn't get through. She was willing to ice it there, but it found a stick. Rockets still skating and playing hard despite the numbers on the scoreboard not in their favor. Chase will get it, take a slapper from the point, was looking for the redirection in front, doesn't get it. They try to send it through the slot, it hits off of a Rocket skate. Barbara and Cookie are there, they chip it forward, they try to battle through. Cookie will pursue up front, the Rockets will change a few behind the play, 43 seconds left in the penalty kill. Alex will jump off, so they're caught. No, they're not caught, one short. Alex jumped off as at the end of her, thought that she was, well, anyway, so the Rockets just play on. They didn't get penalized, but they basically jumped the player out there quick. Wrist shot, Grace knocks it down with the paddle of the stick and covers it up. So 23 seconds left in the penalty kill, 11:43 left in the second period. It's an 8-goal difference on the scoreboard, but the Rockets are looking to keep the margins there and maybe create a little offense before this thing comes to a conclusion. Haley wins the face-off nicely with her stick and then her feet and steers it out of the zone. That's going to kill off a few more seconds of this penalty as the Tiger Lillies break in. Wrist shot, right blocker save or the pad. Grace got it. 5 seconds, 4, 3. Now the Rockets very close to killing this off as Shoshana is going to jump out of the box. They do kill it off, but at the moment Shoshana jumps out of the box, the puck finds its way into the back of the net. Tiger Lillies still celebrating with a 9-goal lead, so we'll see if that curtails at some point. That has a lot to do with the coaches and the parents. So that's a reflection on them, and you know, if they're aware of it or not, that's the way the other team feels. It doesn't feel so nice to be on the wrong end of it when everybody knows what's going on. So that's the sportsmanship part that we were talking about before. Full and even strength for both teams, 11-17 now in the second period. Princeton skates in offside. And we're down to 11-10. Bug steps in to thwart an easy rush, but Princeton with numbers and great skating ability gets it in and send it at the net for a save by Grace. Her 26th of the afternoon, and we're not yet at the halfway mark of the contest. Rockets will change all 5. And it'll be Barbara out there taking the face-off, and she's got Elise on her left. It looked, oh no, is that Alex and Brianna on the wings. So a couple of lefty wings out there with the righty centerman. 22, Landstrom. Comes out in front. There's a nice right pad save by Grace and a puck that was ticketed. Johns will skate it behind the end line, turning, looking to go to the point. Brianna prevents that, but Johns turns and goes, shoots it at the right side of the goaltender, and now it trips out. Wrist shot, might have been going over the net. Grace gloves it, whistle and a stoppage. 10-10 left, second period. 9-0 in favor of Princeton. Rockets changing, and the ones leaving and the ones coming on are exchanging high fives. So they're in support of one another, even though the scoreboard is not going their way. Princeton wins the face-off, gets it to the point. Elise was up there, couldn't gain possession or knock it out of the zone. Princeton has it low now. Haley battling in front, has her stick tied up with somebody. Wrist shot, and that's going to find its way in. I'm not sure of the rules, but at some point when the margin becomes wide, they often go to a running clock. So I'm not sure if that's a Maha rule or not, if it's in place. Haley wins the face-off over to Bella, sends it up the near side boards, but the Tiger Lillies there. Brianna picks that, that's Sydney that picks that one off. So Sparks, showing a little Sparks, shovels it toward the net. Elise and Haley are low. They collide with one another, and Princeton's going to break out here. They send it all the way up. This is going to be an icing, and the Rockets will get an offensive zone draw. I don't know if they've even had any at this point, but they'll get an offensive zone draw and a chance to get on the shot board here for the first time in the contest. And the crew up front will be Rose with Alex in the middle, Brianna on the right, Shoshana on right point, and Bug on the left. So Bug showing a lot of versatility, going back between forward and defense. Rose tried to win the faceoff at the net. She did, but the puck hit a lot of snow and couldn't find its way toward the net. Princeton sends it up on the cross ice pass. Hall will bring it up with Shoshana back. Shoshana plays the pass, and they make the pass, and it doesn't connect. So good work by 0-0. Bug in front took a fall. She seems to be okay. Looked like she was maybe diving over. Johns will move it through the top of the slot. Drop pass for 81. Brianna battling there, just out of picture because of the person leaning over. Blocking our view. Johns will get it, move it towards center, send it in. It will find its way into the offensive zone. Bug chips it along the boards. It's sent back in offside. Whistle and a stoppage with 8:40. So we're 10 seconds from the midpoint of the game. And the Rockets looking to turn things around a bit, or at least hold it where it is. Barbara with Elise on her right and Sydney on her left. Wins the face-off, moves it forward through part of the center zone. Shoshana steps up to that one, gets it out of the zone, and Princeton retreats back toward their own end. Elise gets in the way there, but Chase is able to skate around her. They'll take a wrist shot that was going wide. I think it might have actually hit off the shaft of Grace's stick. Barbara steps in to get it up the boards, just not quite strong enough to get it to where Sydney was. Sydney and Elise playing high at the wings. in order to keep the defenseman from pinching down. They will pinch down in this case, you can't see it out of the picture, and the pincher wins the puck and is staying low for the moment. They bring it out of the half boards, wrist shot, Grace with the save, rebound, covers it up. 7:47. Second period. .28 saves for number 84 in gray. This shot sent wide. Bella there to gather it, near side, can't see it. Sent down below the end boards. They'll move it out and then go back low, unmarked behind the net, sent out in front. That's going to go to Elise. She negotiates that puck out of the zone, and Sydney's going to be there to pursue. Sparks, 78. Will skate it all the way through. See if she could get her player to spin. She does. Comes back around the other way. Princeton tries to move it out of the zone. They get a little more company and a little more traffic than they've been used to this game. Nonetheless, they get it in 1-on-4. Wrist shot. Grace knocks it down, steers it aside. They carry it below the end line. Bella comes out to disrupt that pass. Brianna gets it and will chip it out of the zone. So that's where it starts. You thwart possession time, and eventually you get a little more possession in the neutral zone, and eventually you get some possession and some shots in the offensive zone. That's where the Rockets are at right now in this game. Princeton brings it in, going up the left wing and around. Grace covers that one up. They get the whistle. 6:24 left now. Face-off battle for Haley's done a good job at least tying up her player on the face-off, and we've seen it where very oftentimes as Grace makes the pad save and covers it up, we've seen very often lately where a lot of these players are seeing an opening and they just win the face-off a little bit forward, jump past the opposing centerman on the offensive side and get sort of a free shot or a quick shot at the net. So Haley doing a very good job of preventing that. Rose on the face-off wins it there, and it's knocked out of the zone. Forcing the retreat, it's Brianna and Alex on the forecheck. It comes to neutral ice, and Bug steps up. It comes in offensively, onside, through the slot, wrist shot and a goal. Awful lot of cheering for an 11-0 game, just my opinion. But in these situations, if it's anything but somebody getting their first goal ever or their first goal of the season, there might be a little bit of temperament. Again, that's a reflection of coaches and parents. Rose on the face-off. Has Alex on the left, Brianna on the right. Comes into the offensive zone, gets through the middle, wrist shot, nice save by Grace. She's up to 30. That's 30 more than the other goaltender. Puck comes through the cross ice. Alex is going to send it down. It's going to be an icing right there. Rockets will change. 5:22 left. Second period from Rock Ice. Rockets and the Princeton Tiger Lillies. A vociferous bunch in black. Not as vociferous today are the ones in gray. Barbara on the faceoff. She's been quite good on the faceoff. She wins that one, sends it around. It takes a strange bounce off of the boards in the corner, and Grace has to cover it up, so we'll do it all again. And Barbara discussing with her team. There's a reason why she has an A on that jersey. She wins another one, but there's nobody there in the corner to help her retrieve it, so she goes there herself. And Princeton eventually gains possession. Sent out in front. That's a nice save on the one-timer by Grace, holding her position. Barbara, winner of face-offs, is going to go to the penalty box here for something. I didn't see the signal. I wasn't expecting that. Haley will replace Sydney. Elise will stay up on the penalty kill. She had a good penalty killing shift earlier. The Rockets have killed off both of the penalties in this game, but even strength, it hasn't gone as well. This is Haley who knocks that one away and gets it into the neutral zone, sends it down. Elise in pursuit. Elise is going to try to get that one, can't grab it. Princeton comes back in their own end, and they'll skate it. That one's blocked away by Haley. 11 and 12 up front, 23 and 24 on the back line. Princeton will skate it around. Rockets trying to keep their position. Elise is up there, comes to the slot, wrist shot, finds its way in. So Princeton not doing that thing where you pass it at least 4 or 5 times before you shoot. Rockets encouraging still their goaltender. Back to full and even strength. Sent all the way in. Shoshana gets it. Skates it through. Takes a couple of steps up toward Alex's area. Alex blocks a pass, but eventually it finds a Princeton stick. Bug steps in to prevent a rush and possession. Shoshana battles for it in the corner and sends it around the end boards toward Brianna's side. Chase wins that one and sends it deep. Comes out of the corner, does Hall. She'll skate it around the net. Hall, a lefty wearing number 9. I wonder if she's a Taylor Hall fan. There's a nice save by Grace off the shot from Hall in the slot. Alex trying to get the break right there, and if that puck bounced the right way, she had a good angle and a good angle with her stick. She was going to maybe have a chance to get free and open into the ice. So Rockets still playing hard, despite what's been evident here throughout a period and 3 quarters. Wrist shot goes wide. Send it toward the net. Grace stops that one and covers it up. So quite different what we saw in a game against the Tri-City Eagles, where the score got lopsided and Tri-City was calling off the Dogs, making at least full touches on everyone who's on the ice at that time. And reducing the number of shots significantly. That has not happened in this game whatsoever. Princeton playing the game as if it's 0-0. Another save for Grace. Barbara wins another face-off as the Princeton player was late getting in and the referee just dropped the puck. It doesn't result in possession. Cookie battling hard behind the net. Barbara coming in to add some power and muscle. Princeton with the extra player sent low will keep it. They'll skate it out to the point. Johns will toe the line and send it over to the right side for Chase. Landstrom there, ever battling. They'll skate it behind the net, send it in front, wrist shot, got a piece of somebody, and Grace came over for the save. 2:09 now, the time left in the second period. Bug will get it and send it all the way down. Goalie doesn't even have her glove on. And it's an icing. Rockets win the face-off. Shoshana up the board. Sydney was there. Haley will step in, and she will steer this one successfully out of the zone. Sydney and Bug over there. It finds its way under a couple of sticks. Cross slot, wrist shot, score. Tiger Lillies not taking it easy here. Once again, you could see this is a reflection of the organization, the coaches, not so much the players. They're just, if they're not told what to do, I mean, at some point you could probably get a clue that you might want to play it a little sporting, but this is clearly a reflection of the organization, that they're keeping the pedal down on a less experienced opponent for really no reason that's evident to anybody. Sydney collides, rather Alex collides with the referee, and so does one of the Princeton players. Referee a little gingerly getting up over there. It seems to be okay. Tiger Lillies send it through the slot. They're continuing with their foot on the gas. The scoreboard is just going to read 10-0 for the time being. It's more than that as we tick down to about a minute left in the second period. They bring it out from behind the net, send it through the crease, and for once they didn't shoot. No icing there. It looked like it was actually sent down by a Princeton player. Brianna in pursuit. Tiger Lillies send it up and out. Period of the long change. Shoshana was out there for a while. She's able to get off. Sent through the slot. Comes up to the point. Brianna's going to try to get that out. She does. Brianna's going to try to get some possession in the offensive zone. Needs a steal. Can't get it. Rose is going to try to grab it. Can't get there quite fast enough. 14 will come in. She'll shoot. One save, rebound, another save. Grace makes that one. Face off to Grace's right with 19.5 seconds left in the second period. Wrist shot that Bella blocks with the body, sends it up and it goes out. Elise in pursuit. Forces the curl back. Sydney also there. Elise trying to pick one off, getting ever closer. That one's sent in. And it would have been an icing, but time expires mercifully in the second period. Grace has above 30 saves. Looks like we're going to switch to the running clock for the third period with the margin being wide, and Well, apparently Barbara took a penalty in the final moments of that period, maybe a trip, some kind of collision at neutral ice. That, believe it or not, the penalty time is ticking off between periods. It's most likely to the chagrin of nobody on either team. Coaches Paul and Jeremy still engaging their troops. Believe it or not, there is always a lot to be learned from these games. You're learning about positioning, you're learning about effort. You're learning about sportsmanship. It's like Gavin is, okay, so they didn't run off the penalty time between periods, but I think that the signal from Gavin, our scorekeeper, or scoreboard operator, to the referee was running clock here for the third. So once they face it off, the 17 minutes are expected to elapse in real time. So every frozen puck the Rockets could get will be 2 minutes of real-time penalty killing that they'll have to deal with. Shoshana will move up to forward with Bug, Haley, and Cookie on the back line to kill it off. So 4 players who have played defense will be out in a defensive posture. Face-off battled for and comes into the Rocket zone. Bug is there. She's battling for it. Cookie there, comes toward the net. Wrist shot, and they put it in. No messages given by the coaching staff between periods here. So they're not going to play it in a sporting way. And that's the Princeton Tiger Lillies, folks. That's what you're seeing. And they might not like it, and they might not want to hear it, but it's pretty awful to watch. And it's very, very disappointing as someone who's a coach and a dad and who's been on both sides of these things. It's really nothing to gain by playing the way they're playing. And it should be reflected in the record that that's what they're doing. They ought to be embarrassed about the way they're conducting the game. They're not playing cheap in terms of hitting or doing things behind the play. That's not it. And you can't blame the girls. The girls do what they're instructed to do until they're instructed to do something else. And with a score as lopsided as this, the coaching staff ought to be explaining to the girls in between periods, pass the puck around. If you want to have possession, have possession. Don't worry about putting it in the net. And if every person on the ice at the time has touched the puck during a possession, maybe then you can go shoot it. Nonetheless, it's not happening, and I don't have the names of the coaches, but they ought to be very, very embarrassed about the way they're conducting this game. It's shameful, really. Wrist shot in front. Barbara helps her goaltender cover it up, and there were still sticks poking at it instead of giving a freebie there. So the other lesson is that sometimes your opponent won't take their foot off the gas, and your medal is going to be tested more. They center it in front, still shooting. Whistle and a stoppage of play, but not a stoppage of the clock, so the running clock is in order. Rockets get it into the offensive zone here. Elise and Sydney pursuing. A rare mistake by one of the Tiger Lillies who mishandled the puck, but there wasn't a Rocket right there. And she'll take it all the way into the offensive zone, and she'll curl. They send it in front. Wrist shot goes in. So for one moment, you have somebody on a breakaway, clearly curls away, and she sends it in the middle, and the other player just immediately shoots it. So hopefully the Tiger Lillies are learning a lot from the way that they're playing and running up the score in a youth hockey game. And still they score. Rose on the face-off, Shoshana on her left, Bug on her right. Brianna's moved back to D along with Alex, so they're getting a little experience at a position that they haven't played. Well, Brianna's played it in her career, just not so far with the Rockets as I can remember in a season and a half. So Paulino there will pursue behind the end line. McCoy as well, a couple of lefties on D. That one sent up and out of the zone. Bug's going to pursue there as the first forward. Shoshana in the middle. Rockets looking to get on the shot board for the first time in the game. That one battered through neutral ice. And this forward line showing a little effectiveness here. Comes over to the far side boards. Brianna moves it forward. Shoshana's in pursuit. Knocks that one away. Rose waits. That's Bug. Sends it in, and it hit a stick, and Rose was anticipating the pass, and it goes offside. Clock is running, so I'll give you the periodic updates. 11:11 as I say it. Cookie at center, Elise on the left wing, Sydney on the right. Cookie wins it. Haley gets it, sends it in. Barbara and Haley, the defense pair now. So a little fun to be had. It's always fun when you're switching positions and you get to play somewhere you haven't played before. That one's sent in onside. And maybe we discover something that we haven't seen before. Princeton brings it down low. Grace makes a save with the mask. It goes behind the net. Barbara with the body over there. Goes behind the net, toward the net. Haley knocks it away. Elise pinches down as the defenseman's down there with her, just out of view. Battled for along the boards. Long wrist shot. Grace with the save. And a whistle and a stoppage. Puck was loose, but ref lost sight of it. And yet still one of the Princeton players was like, hey, what are you doing? The puck was still loose. Under 10 minutes now. Coach Jeremy imploring his troops, know where you're going. They've worked a lot on face-off posture, and they've gotten better at it. It might not be so reflective in a game like this, but that one trickles its way in. The only team that should be embarrassed out there is the team in black. Not the team in gray. Truly a shameful performance. Cobra Kai with the big lead here, not calling off the dogs in any way, shape, or form. Clearly some parents within an earshot of the commentary, and maybe they should have a little discussion with their coaches about the organizational posture. Good play by Cucci to knock it away. Skated into the near side corner, just out of view. 14 will come out, you know she's shooting. Alex will get a piece of that one, try to find a little open ice, and she negotiates that puck out. Continued into the offensive zone is Bug. Alex now up in the forward position. I don't know if she was playing D in this shift or not. Keeps it, sends it over to Bug, just off the reach, out of the reach of the stick. Princeton will break out with alacrity, 2-on-1. Rose and Alex trying to get back. Centered, one-timer sent wide. 7 minutes now left. Brianna picks that one off and will skate it up and send it out. Elise will pursue. Jelly-legged a little bit. She's done a lot of skating, chasing pucks here for a couple of periods and a half. Princeton will skate it in. Brianna's the one back. Perez will be there. They'll just continue to shoot. It's perplexing. I don't think I've ever seen it this bad. They continue to put pucks in the net. An absolute disgusting embarrassment at Rock Ice. Shameful, shameful by Princeton. Absolutely shameful. 6 minutes, 12 seconds now, ticking down as the clock runs. Maybe there's some kind of beef that we don't know about, and somebody's really looking to embarrass kids. Rose still fighting, Sydney fighting, Elise fighting for every bit of ice they could get, and they haven't been able to get much. We stream these games to you so you can watch your daughters or your friends in action in youth hockey. At the youth sports level, which this is, we want to see sportsmanship. We are not seeing it today, and I never like to be negative in these games if you've watched or listened to them, but there's just literally no room for this in this level of sport. There's just not. And this video can be used as an example of how not to do it if you're an accredited coach or not. Whistle and a stoppage, you're going to call a penalty for what it's worth. With now 4:35 and ticking. See who it is. It's Barbara. 2 minutes on the penalty clock immediately start to expire as the clock is running now down to 4:15. Wrist shot off the face-off from long range. We'll cycle it through. Bug blocks that shot. No quit in 15 Holt. She's up front, killing off the penalty. Brianna gets a piece of it. Brianna's going to try to pursue it. Bug's going to get off there. She's efforted out. It's going to be half of a breakaway. Wrist shot. Grace with the save, covers it up. 3:30 at the time I speak. Left in the game. 1 minute now and running left in the penalty kill for the Rockets. In a game they will not soon forget, much as they would try. Under 3 minutes now, running clock. Still one-timing it. That one goes off the outside of the post. Nice save by Grace off a slapper from the point. Long range, close range, possession, no possession. They'll keep shooting it. The scoreboard says 10. The shots say 61. The shots are probably about accurate. The goal total's probably about double. Barbara's now able to come out of the box as time has expired on the penalty. She'll jump in and take a shift at D. Bella jumps into center, takes the face-off, wins it. Got Haley back there, Cookie and Brianna. So let's see if this 5 can work out a good shift. Haley up toward Bella. That is going to almost get its way out of the zone, but not quite. Centered. Barbara knocks that one away. Goes to the corner. Cookie's going to pursue over there. Half board sent down in. Curling, looking. Sent through the top of the slot. Chase with the spin move. Haley knocked it away for a moment. Barbara's going to get it, try to send it up, can't get it out. Down to the final minute. It'll tick off with whistles or none. Shot goes wide. Yes, there's still shots happening in a game that's something like 20-0. Shot sent friendly fire. One of the players knocked down. Seems to be okay. Sent up the right side and offside now. 30 seconds left. That might end up doing it here. They might have time for another face-off. That face-off will be at center ice. Rose will take it. The Rockets are just going to gather and let the rest of the time tick off. No reason for that. There's the final buzzer. Shots, final 62 for the winners, 0 for the Rockets. We'll examine the handshake line here. Coaches go through there. Handshakes nonetheless. And they're folks who have a coaching staff that we'll highlight because they might need to get a little idea of what sportsmanship is. And at no point in a very, very lopsided game did they get a reality check and call off the dogs.
Oh, you're fine. I know. I don't want to hear it.
We'll keep it going here as the girls skate off. And we showed you one of the coaches, and we'll give you the good look at the other here. So this gentleman probably could use a little lesson in sportsmanship, and we don't often like to highlight that.
That's right.
One of the wise mothers decides to make a comment behind me, and frankly, if that was my kid out there on that team, I would be embarrassed. Nonetheless, that'll wrap it up from Rock Ice. If you want, hit that subscribe button and the alerts button, and check out all the Rockets hockey, whether it's streaming live or on demand. If you want to catch the 19U game against the Junior Flyers, that'll be coming up on a stream in just a little bit as the Zamboni hits the ice. So that's going to do it from Rock Ice. A lopsided win and a lesson in hockey and lack of sportsmanship put on by Princeton. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching.